Professor, might I have a word with you? Are you certain? You have endured quite an odd series of changes as of late. If you require more time to rest or adjust to this new state, well, if you are quite sure, I will trust you to assess your own abilities. You are, after all, a fully mature person. It is important to respect one another's autonomy. Let us not make this about me. I love my brother quite dearly, even if he can be stubborn or blinded by his own care for my well-being. But that is not a tangent I wish to dwell on. I came here to offer you advice, in fact. Well, certainly. I would think you had learned by now, after working so closely with so many children and youthful leaders, that people of all walks of life can offer new perspectives and carry meaningful experiences you might learn from. Indeed, I have lived quite a full life myself, even before coming to Garrick Mach. Far more than most really know. But that is why I sought you out today. To be honest, Professor, I am wondering if I might share a story. Not the sort that my brother pens, though I do adore his fantasy tales. Rather, it is my hope this story will help you to better understand me, and yourself as well. Well, yes, it is true that you are aware of the real relation between Sedith and myself. I could refer to him as father in your presence, but I have grown quite accustomed to using the term brother. I do not always make a conscious choice. It is for the better. The more natural it feels to call him by his pseudonym, the less likely I am to make a dangerous mistake. Oh, pseudonym is not the right word. It would imply the name Sedith is false, rather than our fabricated relation. I see. Professor, how familiar are you with the legends of the Four Saints and the history of the Church of Saros? Indeed, this is what I came to discuss with you today, though you look quite tired still. Oh, I know. Why don't you lay back, and I shall share what I know as though it were a story read before bed. I always found it quite soothing to listen to my brother reading aloud to me when I was a small girl. In fact, it still settles me when I am most anxious at the thought of closing my eyes. I do struggle, yes. But let us not stray from the matter at hand. To begin, I should ask if you are even aware of the Four Saints? No, they do not include Saint Saros. She is in fact her own entity, separate from the other four. I suspect this is because she took on the role of their leader. You see, the Four Saints, as devotees know them now, were Saint Indek, Saint Macuel, Saint Keyhole, and his daughter, Saint Sethlin. I believe I have told you before that she is my favorite. Indeed, we both share crest and birthday. But did you know that the four saints were all related? Yes, this is one piece of the story that was lost to time, a fact human beings have forgotten. And indeed, it is but one small piece of lost lore out of many. Those secrets are what I would like to share with you today. No, my father does not know that I have come here. Need I his permission to speak with our own kin? Surely you have reached the same conclusions as I, Professor. It is no coincidence that your hair and eyes have changed, taking on a pale green hue so alike my own, and akin to the luscious locks of our dear Archbishop. My father, too, has dark green tresses. It is said this trait was also shared by the goddess, Sothis. It is a rare hair color. I do not believe it coincidence that you have transcended time and space, the domains of that very goddess, and returned to us in her image. Indeed. What then does it imply of me, or my brother? I suspect, Professor, you may already know in your heart. Allow me to divulge more information about the ancient saints. It is known that when the fell king Nemesis rose up against Fodlan, Saint Seros and her army, who became the ancestors of today's Adrestian Empire, faced against them and won. The four saints were among that army as well. That is perhaps why their crests carry on today in the Empire, while the 10 elites left their crests to the kingdom of Farkas. Many presume that Saint Seros was originally a citizen of the Empire, but this is not true. In fact, none of the saints were born to those southern lands. They lived instead in Xanadu with the goddess. That is correct, Professor. The four saints, as well as Seros, were children of the goddess Sothis, or, in Sethleen's case, a grandchild. They were all that was left of their family after Nemesis and the 10 elites launched their attack. Yes, that is why it is called the Red Canyon. It is soaked in the blood of the goddess and so many of her children. I do not tell you this story to strike guilt or fear in your heart. It is only that I have noticed some uneasiness within you as of late. Ever since you returned from that rift, you have been on much higher alert. It is only natural. But when I realized you were the most on guard around myself and Sedith and Lady Rhea, I do not wish to tell you how to feel or what to think, but I fear I must set the record straight before you misunderstand us. I can tell you have already surmised much about us. You realized who we were, but not our relation to you. Please know that we do not mean you harm. I do not understand how you came to endure this transformation. But please know, Professor, I am thrilled and most humbled to share a kinship with you. Be that by blood or simple bond, to be tied to someone as amazing as you fills me with such inspiration and hope. Who you are matters more than the color of your hair or the crest you bear. But because it is you, I am honored to know that we do have this commonality. I hope you can come to trust us more, now that you know the truth. I do not wish to lose you to the misunderstandings of this modern age. I know from experience there is nothing worse than waking up to a world you do not comprehend. I hope I have brought some peace to you in that regard. You should rest. Though your body seems well, your mind, no doubt, is reeling. Please, do not worry. I will make sure you wake again soon.